Welcome to Please Excuse My Dead Aunt Sally, the podcast equivalent of stepping into a photo booth with strangers. I recently received a friend request from what appeared to be a stranger on Facebook. The profile picture looked vaguely familiar, like someone I had met once, immediately before blacking out. I hesitated. The last time this happened, I clicked accept without any investigation. Weeks later, I became locked in a pyramid scheme where people mailed in old twist ties that they had accumulated in their kitchen junk drawer. You'd become committed to an increasing quantity, and eventually, I found myself buying dozens of carts of hot dog buns just for the twist ties, then discarding of the bread at a nearby duck pond. The ducks loved me. I hated myself. I searched the name. Lots of results came back. She might be the woman who was just released from prison, where she served 3 years and 12 hours for blowing up an apartment complex while trying to cook crystal methamphetamine on a George Foreman grill. Perhaps she is this woman from Cleveland who cured her cancer by being shot out of a cannon. No, not her. The hair isn't right. The whole thing was more confusing than that time I went on a blind date with a deaf woman, which was confusing for her because I do not know sign language, and I attempted to communicate by pointing to words and phrases on packages and newspapers as we walked down the city street. She had finally had it with me when I accidentally called her an extra-large, salty arsonist. Anyway, something wasn't right here. I looked at our mutual friends. There was only one, Cindy, who was originally from southern Northwest East LA. Cindy was currently working overseas, building a movie theater in Antarctica. This was going nowhere. Accept or delete, accept or delete. I finally decided that what I would do is write to her. I simply wrote the opening line that I've been using for years. I said, "Hi, I'm Mike. Ice cream is overrated as a snack food, and I prefer popcorn. Who are you?" I still haven't received a reply. I check back at least once a week, but she still hasn't responded. I hope she's okay. I hope she hears this, and she thinks, "Oh shit, I never wrote that guy back." And now for some Q&A. To have your question read on the show, write to pleaseexcusemydeadantsally@gmail.com. Today's questions come from my podcast community forum. I encourage you to check out each of these shows. I'll link to them in the show notes. Our first question comes from Nurse Paula Young at the It's a Young Thing podcast. Paula writes, "Hey Mike, would you rather have a butt like Kim Kardashian, lips like Kylie Kardashian, a figure like Kourtney Kardashian, breasts like Khloe Kardashian, or complete total privacy and obscurity from the public eye like Rob Kardashian?" Well, Nurse Paula, I'm going to have to say breast like Khloe Kardashian. I don't know where I'd keep them when they're not in use, or what I would attach them to when they are, but I'm definitely a boob guy. Now, you're a nurse, Paula, so I'm going to need input on appropriate storage vessels and preservative fluids to keep the newly gifted breasts looking and feeling fresh. I'm no doctor, nor am I a coroner, and I have no idea how long they will survive in the type of environment that I can provide. Our next question comes from Tim over at the Begin Self-Publishing podcast. Tim asks, In a fight between a shark and a bear, who would win? If the fight was in a space station in zero gravity. Also, the shark is a great white and the bear is a polar bear. What a question, Tim. I'm gonna have to go with the bear here. Neither animal would figure out how to maneuver in the zero-G environment. They would just flail around. So the real factor here is time. And the bear has significant fat stores. It could wait out the shark. But if that's too practical for you, let's just say the bear, because I like bears. Also, in the future, please specify if the polar bear is Canadian or Russian. That could play into it.
Now's a perfect time to mention this week's sponsor. Are you looking for a gift for your husband? Check out the world's only military-grade grill. The Predator Drone Home Grill, the only consumer grill that gives you
190,000
BTUs of backyard grilling fury. Do you want your food too fucking hot to exist? Burned from the inside out? Begging for aloe? Then you need the Predator Drone Home Grill. Made from real tank metal, Predator is the only home grill designed to withstand today's most sophisticated roadside bombs and the thickest stuck-on sauces. When the nukes are done flying, you'll be the only bro on your block still able to feed what's left of your family. Order today and use promo code DEADAUNTSALLY to receive a free rotisserie attachment large enough to spin a whole alligator.
Our final question today comes from Kirk and the Podcast Discovery Show. Kirk asks, so I'm a middle-aged man with little to no facial hair, but I've always wanted a majestic beard. So my question is, will I be able to have an amazing lumberjack-style beard in heaven? Well, Kirk, photographic evidence suggests that God himself is the only person in heaven with a beard. God has the most epic beard, and he doesn't appreciate competition. So if you'd like to enjoy your stay in heaven, mind your manners. Also, recent evidence suggests that the primary reason men grow beards is because they're indigent. But the number 2 reason is to attract women. Further studies have indicated that women who chase guys with beards and large pickup trucks will end up in hell anyway due to other life activities. So the short answer is a hybrid. Yes, you can have a glorious beard in heaven, but why would you want to? Well, that's our show for today. Join me next week when I go to the gym. Not to work out, but just to enjoy my fetish of avoiding eye contact.
Music for today's show was Nouvelle Noel and Over Under by Kevin MacLeod. Keep sending your listener letters to pleaseexcusemydeadantsally@gmail.com and follow the show on Instagram under username pleaseexcusemydeadantsally.
Hey, you're a fucking idiot. We're all doing that. Bye-bye.